Hi, it's Alexis Hasselberger here, time management and productivity coach. This week, I've been thinking all about change and how we adapt to it because things are changing so quickly. I mean, it was just a little over a week ago that I was blissfully in my home office, working all day long by myself, and now, a little after a week later, I've got 5 people in my house, everybody working from a different station, and we are trying to adapt to the changing circumstances that we have around us with some people working from home for the first time, many of us having our kids in our daily workday lives for the first time, and this is hard. And so I wanted to share with you some things that have worked for me, both with my clients around change and also just that I've learned in the last week or so. So the first thing is that change is hard. We know that. What can we do about it? We can experiment. When we present changes as an experiment to ourselves, we're able to actually gather data and then make decisions based on that data. So we don't have to approach it as like, I'm in this new work from home world. Like, what am I going to do here? We can make small changes to think about how do we experiment with where do we work best? Maybe there are certain areas in our home that we are better able to be focused. Maybe we need to experiment with what types of breaks work for us, or even how often, or how frequent, or how long those breaks need to be. We can be thinking about, what works well in our families. Do we need to be in the same space for everyone to be productive, or do some people need to be in spaces of their own? We can make these little experiments as we go along, and then we can iterate. So if you find that you find a really good place for you to be working in your home, how can you then set up that environment so that it maximizes your productivity? So what can you do to iterate on that experiment to make it even better for yourself? We have to keep iterating on things because we want to create a sort of well-oiled machine for ourselves. So just thinking about a few examples, in our family, I've now got my kids at home. And last week I had made a schedule that essentially showed the kids when my husband and I were going to be in meetings and when we didn't want them to interrupt us based on time and, a one color coded schedule. That color was red. What I realized through communication is that we actually needed to iterate on that schedule. It worked well for my husband and I, but in reality, I accidentally busted into my kid's room, and he was in the middle of a virtual science class, and he wasn't that happy about it. And so now we've iterated on that schedule. We've made it better for us by including both my schedule, my husband's schedule, and our kids' schedules of when they're going to be in their online virtual meetings, so that none of us interrupt each other. So it's just a little thing, but we're iterating every week to make sure that things are going more smoothly. Now, something that you can do to keep that communication flowing to make sure you know where to iterate is just have a simple conversation. Whether you live with other humans and this is a conversation that you're having over the dinner table, or whether you live alone and you're just having an internal dialogue for yourself, you can ask yourself every day, what went well today? What didn't go so well today? And what can I do tomorrow to change my circumstances, to experiment, to make what didn't go so well today work even better tomorrow? Do this every day, and you'll find that you have a bit more control. You'll feel like you have agency over your circumstances because you yourself are gathering data and making changes. And this whole situation, the ability to adapt really quickly to what seems to be changing on a day-to-day, even moment-to-moment basis, will become a lot easier, and you'll start feeling your groove in your new work from home environment.